My pleasure to welcome you to the Sunday Service Center for Spiritual Living Nashville here at the Unity campus. I would like also to welcome those of you who are watching out there in YouTube land. We are excited because our speaker today is our Interim Minister, Reverend Cath DePalma. And the title of her talk, yes. The title of her talk is Perspective is Everything. I couldn't agree more. We're also pleased to welcome as our special guest music artist today, the amazing Diane and Michael Killen. Yes. I can't wait to hear them. They're longtime friends of CSLN. They were an integral part of our music program when I first started here about almost 30 years ago. Yeah, at least. So welcome home. Yeah. So who are we? We are an inclusive, open spiritual community for anyone seeking a deeper connection with God. If you've never been to a Center for Spiritual Living before, we believe there is one God, many paths to that God, and we are here to love, honor, and support you, whatever your divine path is. This Center for Spiritual Living is a safe haven for people of all beliefs and lifestyles. Wherever you may find yourself on your journey of faith, you are welcome here. So with all that said, let's begin our service. I know. That wasn't so subtle, was it? It's not what it says on my script. Anyway, but I'm here now let's just open the service with a moment of prayer. There's only one thing, and that thing is God. And I am it, but not all of it. So this morning, as we come together as a family, as a community, as people who too are all connected to that one thing, we know that all is well, all is whole, complete, and perfect, and this service will bring to us that which we require, that which we seek, that which we intend to have. We bless all those who will participate today in making this a wonderful opportunity for us all. I'm grateful. I am thankful. I release these words to the law of cause and effect. What we have put into cause will have its effect. I believe it's so, and so it is.
Good morning. I want to thank Larry Ferragamo for letting me host as music director today, and we wish him safe travels on his motorcycle across the country. Today, I'm going to ask the question, how many people were at the YWCA in the 90s? You're brave enough to admit it. Well, today is kind of a homecoming. The original band, along with myself and the Killens and David McHenry in the back, we are all reunited today. So let the music begin.
Hello, Cleveland. Ready, Michael?
Today is your day. Happy to say, today is your day. Are you ready to play? Take a look around this morning. You have found your way. And today is your day. This song is your song. Follow along. This song is your song. So simple and strong. Take a look around this morning. All that clouds This time is your time, yes it is. Still in your prime. This time is your time. Are you ready to shine? Take a look around this morning. You are first in line, and this time is your time. Here we go, make it about you, here we go. Today is my day. I'm happy to say, today is my day. And I am ready to play. Take a look around this morning. You have found your way. 'Cause today my day. Take a look around this morning. We have found our way. For today is our day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's so great to see you again. I heard you way back then, and you sound as good as you ever have. So thank you. Good morning. I'm Reverend Laura Landris, and today I am reading from Ernest Holmes, How to Change Your Life, Section 3, Chapter 1, Belief in God. God is defined as the deity, the supreme being, the divine presence in the universe, permeating everything, the animating principle in everything, as love and the source of guidance and of divine protection. God has been called by 1,000 different names throughout the ages. The time has come to cast aside any points of disagreement and to realize that we are all worshiping one and the same God. The sacred books of all peoples declare that God is one, a unity from which nothing can be excluded and to which nothing can be added. God is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. God is our heavenly Father and our spiritual mother, the breath of our life. God is the changeless reality in which we live, move, and have our being. We are to think of God not as some power, but as all power, not as some presence, but as the only presence, not merely as a God, but as the God. Spirit is the supreme and the only causation. Now, I invite you to know this in the first person for yourself, with me for yourself or a loved one. I know that there is one loving, eternal, infinite, and all-powerful mind of God. I know that I am one with this powerful and loving presence, and it permeates my entire being. It is always there, supporting me and expressing through me, as me, and for me. This gives me great confidence. And I know my way is made before me, and it is safe for me to express fully and completely with health and abundance. I give great thanks for this knowing, and I release this my word into the mind of God that makes it so, and so it is.
Well, we're just glad to be here. We want to quickly say it's so great to see all of you here this morning. So many old friends, and I'm just tickled to be here. It's just exciting. Oh, see, oh.
I know, we do that all morning. Well, we'll be talking to you all after the service, so be prepared to leave as soon as you see us coming. But, no, we're just so happy to be here, and we've gone on and we still sing and play at lots of different New Thought churches, but Science of Mind, CSLN, will always be our home. And we maintain our membership here because we love all of you. And so it's so great to be here.
And we're excited to sing a couple of new songs here for you this morning. I've been really wanting to sing this song for you guys, so let's give this a try.
All right.
Writing a song, your own song. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Finding the words, the right words. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. 'Cause every one of us has the magic touch. And an inside brilliance. And a finger on the pulse. When you find a beat, nothing else compares to the rhythm of your soul. You can't help but move your feet, and anyone can do it. Whoa, anyone can do it. Whoa, choosing a dream, a new dream. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. When it comes true, then you know that anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. 'Cause every one of us has the magic touch, with an inside track to brilliance and a finger on the pulse. When you find the beat, nothing else compares to the rhythm of your story. You can't help but move your feet, and anyone can do it. Whoa, anyone can do it. Whoa, 'cause every one of us has the magic touch, with an inside track to brilliance and a finger on the pulse. When you find a beat, nothing else compares to the rhythm of your story. You can't help but move your feet, and anyone can do it. Whoa, anyone can do it. Whoa,
Everybody, sing it with us.
writing a song, whoa, and finding the words, whoa, choosing a dream, whoa, yeah, anyone can do it, whoa, anyone can do it.
Good afternoon. I so wanted to say good morning because after many, many years of doing that, it's been a great week here getting to know some of you. I've enjoyed it very much, and I love Nashville. What a beautiful place. You have a sweet home here, definitely. Well, the CSL, Center for Spiritual Living, theme for the month is peace. And, you know, we all want peace, even if we think we want things. You know, my husband, I used to ask him, well, what do you want for Christmas? Or, what do you want for your birthday? And he would be peace on earth. And I would be like, well, what do you do with that? And just, he still sticks to that for 34 years, that answer. And I just recently found out where he got it. Saturday Night Live. I had no idea, but everything serves, as we said last week. So, wherever it comes from, it's got to be good. So what do we have to do to get peace? We may not have everything we want, or we may not get everything that we want in life, but we can become peaceful. Now, how can I say that? I can say that because whether we know it or not, we already have it. It's a part of us. We were born with it. It's a part of us. It resides at the very heart of our being. It's already there. The only thing we have to do is get out of the way for it to appear. Well, for me, it looked like this. So how do we do this? How do we do that? For me, it looked like at 30, my whole life fell apart. And it started with a tragic accident that my father was in as a firefighter, which just turned my family's life and mine totally upside down. Led to, just it was kind of like just an emotional mess time for me. It went into a divorce, some things happened, and then it went on to, I wasn't even able to really give to my kids in the way that I needed to give to them. And so I asked myself, how did I get myself into this? What did I do to deserve all this? And what I didn't understand at the time was that my life was built on sand. As a teenager, I rejected Catholicism, and I never replaced it with anything. I liked being out in nature, but I didn't have a philosophy for life. I didn't have something to replace it with. I needed a whole new perspective on life. And that's what I found when I first walked through the Atlanta Church of Religious Science, their doors years ago. I don't know, over 35 years ago. And oh my God, it was just like walking into a whole nother world. It was, I was exposed to a completely new way of looking at things. So how did I find my peace with all that happened? First, I had to learn what I was not. Sometimes the process of elimination is the best, right? I was not, I found out, my experiences. I was not my body. I was not my thoughts. I was not my personality. I wasn't even my life. What's left after all that? Well, there is more. There's a whole lot more. I learned that I was spirit, that I was the observer behind what was going on. I was the thinker behind my thoughts. I wasn't a separate, defenseless entity out there in the world fending for myself. My nature was good. My makeup was exactly the same as spirit's. I was created with the same qualities that I could plainly see in it. It was another thing to be able to see that in myself. I had to get to know my whole self, which I liken to a pie. Anyone else like pie? Good. Well, for us visual learners, there's a pie diagram coming on. There we go. I can see it too. The circle, I learned, was me. Now, we know that I'm not just a pie, and I'm not just a circle. The entire, but, for sake of today's talk, the entire circle or pie was me. I wasn't just my physical self. I wasn't just that slice of pie, which included, my body, my life, my mind, my experiences, my personality, my ego, all of those things, with plus more. I wasn't just that slice of pie, that there was a whole non-physical part of me, the part I couldn't see, the larger part of me that was in the picture as well. When we say we are whole, oftentimes people will be like, well, I don't feel very whole, I don't look very whole. But what we're looking at is that slice of pie, and we're not looking at the whole pie. This is who we are. The rest of the pie is that still small voice within us that speaks, our inner being, the source of us, that is focused continuously on our highest and best, that can only be focused on the good. We have that going for us, and to the degree that we can get into alignment with it is the degree to which we can come from that larger place. We are the whole. We are whole. So, Emma Curtis Hopkins, famous New Thought teacher at the turn of the century, wrote, "There is never a sick person coming before me, only a whole person ready to be recognized." Now, that's how she had the kind of success that she had, because she saw her patients or her clients' wholeness right off the bat before they said a word. Deepak Chopra puts it this way: in awareness, or through our connection to the larger part of us, we have unlimited knowledge, infinite possibilities, and an unbreakable connection to pure consciousness. We have all of that. In our thoughts, our ego, our personality, we have limited knowledge, a handful of possibilities, if we're lucky, and a faulty connection to pure consciousness. That's quite a difference. That's quite a difference. It's amazing we accomplish as much as we do, isn't it? It is a miracle. So, from such a limited perspective, we are only able to do so much. Abraham, through Esther Hicks, puts it this way: the point of power is within you. You are extensions of this powerful source energy. You are literally God expressing in your physical body. And so as you are standing in a thought, or in a word, or in an action that feels good to you, you are standing there. As you are standing there, then you are fully open and allowing all of that divine energy to flow through you. And in that moment, you are all that you said that you would be when you decided to come forth into this body. We can experience those. We already do, and we are not aware of it. Perspective is everything. We have to get proficient at seeing what is really here. It's kind of like the I Spy books. Oh, my granddaughters just loved looking for, Waldo and the big, pictures, of all these little figures and trying to discover Waldo. But they'd memorized where Waldo was so quickly, I'd have to get them more books. So for me, the new perspectives that I had to discover on my journey to peace were first that life is a choice, knowing that life is a choice, that I had choice. I always have choice, no matter what was going on. I can limp along in a small life, or I can, barely getting by, or I can go for more. I can stay, or I can go in whatever situation I find myself in. That was very freeing. Some of you may have experienced that. It's very freeing when you realize that you have choice in no matter what. We're born with free will. That means that we have choice at every level of existence, including whether we want to stay here in this physical realm or not. So I decided I was going to give my everything, do everything in my power to create a life, to live and create a life, a whole new life for myself, and that's what I did. Second, knowing that there is a spiritual justice system. Did you know that there's a spiritual justice system? Oh, wow. It's the law of attraction. It's the law of cause and effect. We don't normally think of it as a spiritual justice system. There's nothing that we have to do to make things right. We don't have to get someone to, pay for what they did or what they owe us. It's a divine setup. You get what you put out. It's as simple as that. It was none of my business what appeared to be fair or what wasn't. None of my business. The law would sort it out, and it did. Quite nicely, in fact, in my case, more than I ever dreamed possible. All I had to do was focus on my business, minding my own business and doing what was before me to do. I had to stop blaming my ex. I had to stop blaming myself. We're so hard on ourselves. It's easy for us to get caught up on being right. We think we have to justify or explain ourselves to the world. Guess what? We don't. We can insist all we want on being right and never get satisfaction. The bottom line is, as soon as possible, we have to shift and ask ourselves, do I want to be right or do I want to be healed? Do I want to be right or do I want to be healed? I wanted to be healed. I was tired of trying to be right. If we want to be right, we are stuck in the mire. There's no end to trying to convince someone else, right? Or the others involved. No one can really know us. We are each one in a universe unto ourselves. They can't possibly understand us. So why are we expecting them to? If we want to be healed, that we can take care of. We can reach peace of mind and peace of heart. So whoever the other is in the equation, they have to figure that out too. They have to figure out for themselves that. I had to give up being right because that was never going to happen. I couldn't justify myself enough. I had to stop playing the victim. The third thing, all of these were life savings to me. The third thing is it's an inside-out world, not an outside-in one. Everything is a projection that comes from within. We can never change the projection on the wall, the conditions. We do a lot to try to get on that wall, trying to rearrange things and trying to do something with them. But we can only ever look at what we're projecting and change things from there. This is pretty tough because this is a tough one because this is how much of the world operates is that it's an outside-in world. Things are happening to me from the outside. But insisting on we live in an outside-in world really is, that everything is happening to me from out there is illogical. It's illogical once you see that it doesn't get you anywhere. You know, the pain and the discomfort diminish as we take responsibility for what is ours. The fourth thing was knowing my wholeness. Again, back to the circle, the entire pie. We are never alone. We are always loved and supported by a partner, our non-physical self, that loves us dearly and remains with us for eternity. So let's get to know each other, right? Let's work together. I call upon mine now always. It does the heavy lifting. We just have to remember that. So I was whole. You are whole, right here and right now. Now, knowing our wholeness is very helpful when it concerns our loved ones, our children, our grandchildren. Watching from the sidelines often seems alarming to me. Am I the only one? Sometimes it's better if you're the one that's just in the middle of it than to watch. But the practice comes in here is really it's a projection of what's going on in us that needs some attention, and we're not seeing their wholeness. We're not seeing those that we care about, their wholeness. Because if we could see their wholeness, we would see that there was a whole, they were whole, and that there was a whole pie there. The larger part of them was working on their behalf as well. So when we find ourselves in worry, we have to insist on their truth, insist on our truth, that we are whole, we are complete, we are enough. That's a spiritual practice right there. What if we could see wholeness for those who give us trouble in our lives? Would the dance between us change? It has to, because a new step in the dance has to change for the other person as well. What if we could see wholeness for our country right now? See this larger piece of the pie than we're seeing. Well, today it is easy for me to see that I was created for greatness. It's easy for me to see that each and every one of us here, and those at home, you were created for greatness. And the life I was living in my 20s wasn't going anywhere. In fact, it's easy for me to look back and see how much I got saved early on, early enough in my life to create an entirely new one. It was supposed to crash and burn so that something more sustaining and something more fulfilling could be achieved for me and my children. I couldn't blame my ex. I was the one that was yearning for more, even if I didn't know it, even if I didn't call it. I wasn't aware of it, but my inner being knew that. A healing needed to take place in me before new doors could open. And only then could I forgive the others involved, and most of all, forgive myself. And it really had to begin with me forgiving myself first. Then it was easier to do the other part. We always have to, so if we want to be, we want peace in the world and with others, it always requires us to be at peace first. The Tao, ancient Chinese wisdom, says once there is peace in the heart, there is no room for anything else. No room. Evil cannot enter his or her heart. Why? Because her heart is full of whatever she cares about. A master cares about nothing but the Tao, or nothing about the universe, or whatever name that you go by. Thus, she cares for all things. Because she cares nothing for the Tao, but for the Tao, she cares for all things. So we can talk about wholeness until we're blue in the face, and it's just another word unless we become it, we own it, we claim it, we live it. Look inside for your answers. Get to know this inner guide, whatever you call it, your greater self, your divine nature. Look for guidance. Keep focused on good. If anyone online or in this room is experiencing anger, frustration, unfairness, lack of love, whatever it is, get help. Free yourself of the burden that you are carrying. There's many people that can see you for who you are, that can see you as the whole pie. You know, it's difficult to find peace when we only know a part of ourselves, when we only see ourselves as that physical self, when we don't remember who we really are. After all, not many of us were brought up thinking that way about ourselves. We need to pass that message on to whoever we can, because who knows? Who knows they have a larger part of themselves? For the most part, the world is not acting as if they know that. This is a robust teaching. It saved my life. I told someone the other day I probably wouldn't even be here. It was meant to clarify things for us. We were meant to live free, happy, joyful lives, prosperous. This is a community that supports everyone. And we can only get really a taste of the God perspective, but as much as we can get will make a difference. As much as we can get, the more we give attention to it, it will grow, it will deepen, and we will find more joy and more love as we do that. Seeing from the infinite's perspective transforms how we view the world and experience it. Knowing that we are all that we are takes peace to a whole nother level. So I invite you this week to take a look at how you are peace, how you are a whole pie, how you can bring more peace into the world. So, are you ready? Go in peace and let the peace shine from within you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now is the time that we give back to what serves us. If something has touched you today, there are many ways you can share the love with us, and we are grateful for your offering. I'd like to ask our ushers to come forward. Hello. We also have a few other ways we can accept your gift. You can use a credit card in our bookstore, or you can find a placard with a QR code at the desk in the lobby. For our online viewers, please make a contribution using the link in the description below, or mail your check to our P.O. Box, which is on our website. Now, please say with me, there it is, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you for your loving gifts.
Some hope for the future, some wait for the call to say that the days ahead will be the best of all. And we will build bridges up to the sky, heavenly lights surrounding you and I. From out of the darkness, our future will come. for the call to say that our destiny will be the best of all, and we will build bridges up to the sky.
Okay, a big thank you to Reverend Cath today for her wonderful talk. I know it was a blessing to you, and to Michael and Diane Killen. Lovely to have them with us. Thanks also to Mark and Dave. Didn't you guys have a name like Morning Thunder or something? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there a name? Well, yes, of course. That's where it came from. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that wasn't it. A different group, I'm thinking. All right, we have just a few announcements. We will be continuing our community conversations after the service today with Reverend Cath. Join us to discover navigating the in-between. Lunch will be provided. Join Unity and CSLN for an evening of food, music, and fellowship with Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson and Reverend Jimmy Scott on Saturday night, September the 28th. Then on September 29th, mark your calendars for a special CSLN and Unity joint service at 11 a.m. Don't forget, 11 a.m. If you come at 12, well, we'll be done. Yeah. Celebrating the legacy of New Thought in Middle Tennessee, CSLN for 36 years, and Unity of Nashville for 108 years. Oh, yes. Honoring Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson and Reverend Jimmy Scott. Lunch is potluck with a request for salads and desserts to be provided. That would be, we're providing that, and they're providing everything else. Okay. We're just clarifying, because when I read that, I'm like, what are they requesting me to bring? Anyway, all right. All right, we are looking for volunteers to help with hospitality on the 4th Sunday of every month and on the 5th Sundays during those months that have 5th Sundays. Looking for a hospitality coordinator. Please contact Marilla Rosebaugh, correct name, if you are interested. If you would like any details regarding these announcements or the ones that were on the screen before the service, you can find them in our newsletter and on our website. Before we close our service, we'd like to welcome our visitors, but we will not ask you to do anything. No. You know, I used to do the thing where I would have the members stand and then look around to see who was still sitting. It was kind of cool, actually, but yeah, I'm going to let that go today, too. Thank you for being here, and we invite you to come to the fellowship hall through the doors to my left, your right, to meet our community and have some light refreshments after the service. Thank you for our volunteers who provide that hospitality. If you're watching online, well, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I'd like to ask the practitioners and our speaker to come up front. If there's something on your heart and mind today for which you could find assistance from one of our practitioners, please don't leave today without allowing us to honor the honor of working with you. If you have a health issue or something else troubling you, or if you want to attract a new career, more abundance, harmony with your families, please ask one of these professionals at the front to pray for you as soon as this service is over. Or fill out a prayer request form and put it in the secure box on the table in the hallway outside the meditation room. If you're watching online, please go to our website under the Practitioners tab and contact any one of us directly. Okay? And with that said, let's go back into prayer, shall we? And know this truth. Love is all there is. Peace is all there is. And I am one with that love, and I am one with that peace. It is my nature. I find it when I seek it, and I allow it to be the truth of my life. And the way that I proceed through my life is that of love and peace. I can ask myself, what would love do now? What would peace do now? And I can then walk always in the spirit that is the truth of my life, because it is me connected to that which is only love and peace. Anything that looks different than this is an innocent misunderstanding, and I release it, I let it go, I forgive myself for having ever believed it was possible to be anything other than love or peace. And I forgive anyone who ever encouraged me to believe something different, because this is the truth. I am the presence of love and peace. I need only to accept it and express it. I am grateful for this truth. I am grateful for this teaching. I am grateful for this place. I am grateful for these people. And I bring my life into this awareness and into this truth. As I release it to the law, I let it go and I let it be so. And so it is.
Let's rise and let's sing our tune. Here we go.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, but please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. And if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I'm hoping you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.